Tonight, on the world premiere Word on the Streets, we're tackling a truth most people live with but rarely confront. Chaos. Not the kind that shows up once in a while, the kind you've been managing every single week. The rushing, the reacting, the constant putting out fires. But what if the problem isn't the chaos, it's the lack of structure behind it? Tonight, we're breaking down how to build a life that supports you instead of draining you. So pull up, settle in, and get locked in as we take a deep dive. This is the world premiere Word on the Streets.
Greetings and welcome to the world premiere Word on the Streets. We're live every Thursday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. Don't miss out. After a week full of noise, constant confusion, and distraction, this is the show that cuts through the clutter. It's the hour of the week where real talk meets real truth. We bring conversations that challenge the status quo and stir something deeper in the soul. This isn't just commentary, it's clarity, purpose, and elevation. When you tune in, you're not just watching, you're waking up. A place where common sense still matters and lives. So, ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, this is the world premiere Word on the Streets. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Put your hearts and hands together for the man who discovered his purpose and lives it loud, Larry Extraordinaire Moulton. And Mr. Gotta Get Your Mind Right and Open Your Eyes to the Blind Truth, the motivator himself, the amazing Keith Fletcher. And the man who brings clarity to chaos with the voice of reason you can't ignore, the one and only Mr. Vincent Craig. Make no mistake, there is no word without our host. Welcome to the movement. Welcome to the message. Welcome to the world premiere Word on the Streets.
And good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening once again, everyone. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the world premiere Word on the Streets. Friends, we're excited to be back in your living room. And we're just excited, friends, to be on this platform to chop up another meaningful, meaty conversation tonight with all of you all. As you know, friends, last week we talked about identity over everything. We got a show for you tonight. But before we go into that show, friends, if you don't know, I have the honor and privilege to be on this platform with two of the most incredible gentlemen on this earth. I'm very fortunate. And you know what? By the end of tonight, you will feel as fortunate as I am. Friends, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about these gentlemen. We have the one and only, the amazing Keith Fletcher, the brother who have survived stage 4 cancer. And he has a YouTube channel called The Blind Truth. Even more than that, you could catch him live on Facebook 2 and 3 times a week. But he got so much more things he got going on in his life. And if you want to learn more about what all he has going on, I suggest you tune in to The Blind Truth. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for the amazing Mr. Keith Fletcher.
How y'all doing? How you doing?
I told y'all, I'm fortunate. And it just get better and better. Now, we're always talking about, in our community, giving back to the community. This next gentleman, almost every summer, is giving back of himself to young people coaching them, teaching them, guiding them, molding them. But that's not all, friends. This man worked for corporate America. He left his job today out of high intensity traffic. He does this every Thursday. He leaves from his job to be on this platform with you and I. This brother brings reason to chaos. And it just so happened that the show tonight is talking about how to deal and cope with chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for the one and only Mr. Vincent Craig.
What's going on, everybody?
And if you don't know, friends, who I am, my name is Larry, and I go by Extraordinaire. And I have a little YouTube channel. It's called Personal Development for the Soul. If you ever need somewhere to hang out, check out Personal Development for the Soul. I would love to see you there and have you there. We have a little community, and we plant seeds on every episode. And someday, we hope that those seeds will grow some positive crops in your life. But that's enough for me talking, friend. We're about to open up the door. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the World Premiere Word on the Street. Brothers, so good to see y'all again. How y'all doing, man? How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Glad to be here. Glad to be able to just share this podium with y'all too as well.
Yes.
Yeah, excited to be
Much
back.
good
Man.
to see you over there.
Good to see both of y'all, man. Hey, been a week. Yeah, back at it, man. Back at it. Good to see y'all.
Yeah. You know what, brothers? Isn't it amazing that we can get all together on this online, on the internet, living in different parts of the country, but be on the same platform at the same time? That's pretty awesome. I think so anyway.
Technology at its finest.
Technology at its finest and fullness. But we're gonna kick off. We're gonna kick off the show, friends. Tonight's show, I mentioned it. We're talking about chaos. To be more pointed about it, it's called "Stop Managing Chaos." Build a life that doesn't need saving every week. Yeah, I'm laughing because we all know we know who we are, or we know who we once were. Some of y'all know where you at and who you are right here, right now, dealing and living with chaos every week of your life. And you irritated by it. You don't want nobody want to wake up day in and day out to chaos. Vincent gonna be with us, friend, for a short period of time. So Fletcher, now we got to squeeze all the juice out of his towel as much as we can. Vincent, let's talk about some chaos and how to cope with and deal with it.
No, I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for having me. Man, when I look at that title, I'm hearing "Stop Managing Chaos," and I'm a manager at work, and the job is chaotic, right? I'm on the receivable side. I'm on the collection side. I have my teams, and it's like it's chaos every day, all day. But the thing that I've realized, separate from the corporate world, some people flourish very well in chaos, and if they don't have chaos, things just don't seem right. It's I've actually witnessed a lot of people, and it's just like they have to have something going on. Uh, and for me, it's just with my OCD, trying to control this and trying to control that. It's just some things you just got to let go. But when it's the title, it just once I saw it, I really laughed because it's like that's what I do on a daily.
Yes. I laugh too, man.
But yeah, I don't. Even in the midst of me trying to manage the chaos, I understand how blessed I am, how blessed we are, right? So it's like I have to kind of sometimes minimize it and just count my blessings, right? Because what I may be going through, somebody else may want to go through that, but just don't have the opportunity, right? So I try to look at the glass half full and half empty when it comes to like the chaos.
Yeah.
Then I guess I'm gonna turn it over to Keith.
Yeah. You there, extraordinary?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay. Come to me. Oh, yeah. Chaos, man. I, I love chaos. I love, I love, I love the drama. I love the.
Oh Lord.
I do. I live in that area because I thrive in that area. I'm that guy that you put in there, and I can see being in the military. Like I said, when I got in the military, it was like I just fit in. It's like I'm home. You know what I'm saying? I'm home because I can see things, to fix things, and other people couldn't see. You know, I guess that was my gift. So because I was always, I guess I say the chaos. You know, we try to do. I always wanted the shortcut. You know, I always try to find a better way of doing something. So trying to find that way is in chaos, man. I always wanted a different way of doing it. I wasn't gonna do how to do it. I wanted to find another way to do it. So, that was my plan, man. I wanted to be in there, and it worked for me. You know, being in the military, being a project manager, doing things, I had to do it my way. You know, and I wasn't going. And it looked crazy, it looked chaotic. I remember I had a manager. I worked at the shoe stores. You know, I was a manager, and she like, you know, Keith got his way of doing things, but it works for him. What she say, when you look at it, you think, no, this is crazy, but it works for me. You know what I'm saying? It works for me. Now, but over time, I got better at managing because, like I said, again, it worked for me. But when I got with other people, it didn't work for them. So I started learning how to work with other people because in my head, it's working. But now when I'm trying to work on a team, it always causes problems. So over the time, I had to humble myself and start training myself, start getting better habits. You know, so I start adding better ways and stuff for it. Because I used to always wait to the last minute to do something. I would get off on it. Like if I got 1 day, 2 days to do something, that would make me strive up to do it. I'm staying up all night doing those things. But when I start working with a team of people that doesn't work for them, you know what I'm saying? That's when the problem exists with more. So I had to find a better way. And over time, managing, changing my habits, being on time, getting me a calendar, doing those things, write things out, you know what I'm saying? Journaling, stuff like that made it better for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing that saved me from
Yeah. That's beautiful.
yeah.
Hey, if I can say there, I'd like to say that
Huh?
that's what I would call organized chaos.
Yeah, organized, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Organized
That's what
chaos.
that's what it is, organized chaos. And like I say, if you looked at it, you were like, man, this is crazy, but it worked for me. It worked for me.
Now,
Look,
Keith hit on something, Larry, when I like how he said what works for him may not work for other people, but then when you're trying to bring other people into the fold,
That's when
it may confuse them.
yeah,
So at some point, it's working for us. It's like, why is it not working for you? I'm able to do it. And it's like we all have, what do you call it, different learning styles,
yeah,
different personality traits, and things of that nature. It's just like for me, you take me and Keith, and you take the three of us. We going somewhere, somebody's gonna flourish, somebody gonna get left behind, then somebody gonna be right in the middle, right? Keith may be the leader of that because he's used to the chaos, right? So it's like one of us is gonna have to keep up, right? So it's I really like that.
for a good conversation is one of the reasons why I really love the three personalities that we have. And to be perfectly honest, if this your first time tuning in, you may discover some distinction right off the bat. So I'm gonna say this, and we're probably gonna chop it up too, friends, for much more deeper. But what I do love about Fletcher and Vincent is in another state, another city from where I am. But when Fletcher said, and some people might have tuned in and just caught the beginning and you walk away, it's like Fletcher always say when he speaks about his grandmother, is that all you heard? So
hmm
somebody may walk away and just walk away with his opening line, I like chaos. But if you listen to
Yeah,
the rest of the story, he said a hell of a lot more than the opening line.
yeah,
Now, when he said, I like chaos on the opening line, knowing that knowing what I've learned about Vincent Craig and know about myself, I know that probably made the hair on the back of your neck rise as it did mine, because that's diametrically opposite of something that I would have said and Vincent would have said. But here's the thing: what I do love about what Fletcher have allowed me in my space, and I'm sharing it with somebody who may be similar to me or similar to Vincent. See, people like myself can be so well packaged, so full of ourselves that nothing else can get in. I'm gonna say it's in slow mo, like they say, slow motion. I was that person, man. I Fletcher, no, I was so tight. I was perfectionist.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And they knew, man, you came around me, you had to put up with all my perfume.
Hmm.
And it smelled only good to me, but that was okay. You know what I'm saying? Fletcher laughing over there in the corner because I'm hitting on the truth. But I have learned from listening to his slight and different point of view, and it has helped me grow. It has helped me take a really deep dive look at myself and to realize, hey, nothing can get into me, and I can't even see the forest for the trees because I'm in the forest. See, this chaos thing, man, I'm going long. I don't want to go long, y'all. I want to hurry up and get to it. I want to just hurry up, shut up so I can enjoy listening to both of these brothers. So we all live this chaotic life until like Fletcher said, he started getting with other people. Or we start experiencing things when you're ready, when you get on that road and you want better in life, you want better of yourself, when something is bigger than you, outside of you, that chaos leads you, it moves you to another area. So I'm gonna stop there because I can't, man, this is a very good topic, man. Somebody talk to me out there.
No, I go ahead. So y'all know me, right? I always like to look at the meanings of stuff, and it's like, so I looked up what it meant as far as some definitions of chaos: a state of utter confusion or disorder, a total lack of organization or order.
Wait,
Uh,
hold on, Rand. Let me say this too.
yeah,
I also looked. I mean, that's why I said we so in sync. I
yeah,
looked. Go ahead on, but I
yeah.
looked up the same thing. But go right
State,
ahead, brother.
state of total confusion, no order, system shows unpredictable and complex behavior. So when I look at that, I'm like, but the thing that I think people look at the word chaos and they automatically think negative about it
Think that, yeah.
Exactly.
when that
Exactly.
shouldn't really be the mindset, right?
Exactly.
Uh, Chaos is a good thing to have because it creates opportunities for you to go through adversity and different challenges that you may not have ever faced. So to me, that's when I start looking at when it says organized chaos, I'm looking at like, okay, there's nothing wrong with the chaos. It's just how do you manage it, right? Like how do you get the best out of it, right? With my team, when I came in, there wasn't a lot of guidance, right? In like one of the teams. And again, a lot of people, because I heard Keith talking about project management. That's what people do in project management, right? They go in, they see it from the bare bones, they have a vision of what they want it to look like. Now, everyone may not see the same thing that Keith sees from a project management standpoint, but it's his job to get them to buy in, and he basically has to manage it and get it to work, right? So when I look at myself, like, how do I manage the chaos that I need? Again, chaos is not a bad thing. It's okay, but it's the one that's going to stress you out and other people out if they don't have the direction on what needs to be done or why this is happening. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Go ahead, I'm
when,
sorry.
like you say that with me with that chaos, I'm just say something simple as writing stuff down. In a project manager, you're gonna see me. You're gonna see a guy writing down with a pad. And he writing everything down. I'm fully remembering everything. It's taking snapshot in my head. You know what I'm saying? Now when you send me and I'm doing these things and I'm talking, I'm moving, and I'm showing it. But and you might come in and see stuff everywhere and all that. But I know I have a plan in place for everywhere. Even with that person, you might like somebody else will get a team and say they all messed up, and I get that team and say I love them like that. You know what I'm saying? I love that drum. I love all that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can know a certain thing and put the person in certain places. I know the little things that the other person get irritated about. That ain't what you're here for. I see what you're saying. That's what I need you for. And yeah, be who you are. I want all that energy. I want all that extra stuff. And let's go ahead and get there. But I need you to do this. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
get this done right here, you're gonna go be whoever you want to be after this. That ain't gonna bother me. You know what I'm saying? So, because my job is focused on getting the job done. But like I say, as I grew and as I got older, you know what I'm saying, and start, let me say, like being with elevated people, being in high above average people, because again, chaos gets you so far in life. That stuff will get you so far. So when I start moving, I had to get a plan. You know what I'm saying? It'd be something like my wife would say, dude, you don't never write nothing down. You got to start writing stuff down. I know you got your memory, but stuff is messing up. And I'm like, no, I got it, but I didn't have it. Because at the end, I'm stressing. I'm getting to a point, like to a stress point, and like, now, why don't you just write this down? Matter of fact, let me show you how to keep a calendar with you, and you can write down the calendar. Now, like Vince said, now I'm organized. I'm still chaotic, but I got organization with it now. Okay, yeah, I can do that calendar right there, but it might be something that, like, if you took that calendar and read that calendar, you're gonna be like, man, what the hell is this, Keith? You know what I'm saying? I know what it is. I gotta go down, before I have it in my head. So, but like you said, it's organized for me. So, but again, so what made me, I was transitioning to another position, and the guy was stepping into my role. I got to give all the information to the guy. That's when I learned right there. My way do not work. You know what I'm saying? The way I had stuff, it files everywhere, and things wrong. I got to get a better way, and I got to get a better system. So systems start helping me with the chaos. I still got chaos, but putting system in place start helping me organize myself with my chaotic thing. But the system start putting systems. So now that person that system can help me show them better. It take from my head and put it on in that system, and it worked fine. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you just came before that, man, I was all over the place. But system, I started having system and started building habits and stuff like that. But if you still like me and Stornell talk all the time, like if you hear me at first, like you say, you're gonna be like, what is keep talking about? You know what I'm saying? But I got give me time, keep rocking with you, keep rocking, you know what I'm saying, rolling, then you're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I say that all the time. Sometimes I'm like, I wonder if I'm explaining this right, if I'm giving this right. You know what I'm saying? So, that's because I know the way, and I'm not going too far. I know my chaos in my head that works for me doesn't work for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But the systems I got in place now solve a lot of problems for me.
Man, you said a lot of good stuff, and you just driving the boat. You drove right into the next headline that we're probably going to chop up in that system in place. But before we drive down that
I'm
highway,
sorry, I went there too early with it too.
no.
I was,
But before we get there, I want to emphasize something you said so important that I don't want it to get missed by anyone out there. This is important. If you on the island by yourself, if you living by yourself, chaos may work well for you. But if you listen closely to the brother conversation, when he started working with other people, when I started living with other people, working with other people, same for Vincent, then what I knew where things were, how things are, someone coming behind me, it doesn't work for them. Now I have to take time to explain to them this, that, and the other, and what have you. So, friends, your chaos for you and you alone may be well. But will your chaos, as Fletcher so eloquently said, will that be able to dribble down to someone else? Will they be able to understand your chaos? You know, a good example, I know in my house, this is a big thing. On my desk, my desk may look disarray, but they know don't don't mess with anything on my desk because I know why that's there, why I know where things are and why they are where they are.
Mhm.
And that doesn't make sense to no one else
Mhm.
but me.
Mhm.
It seemed chaotic. Go ahead on, Vincent.
No, I'm laughing at that because it's like me and you. Like we can notice whenever something has been moved. Like we, like it's such, like we're so on the meticulous mindset
Yeah,
of
exactly.
like we know when the piece of paper is shifted 1 degree over.
And
Like
oh God, if they move something, huh?
who's been looking in my paperwork, right? And again, when people think that they're doing us a favor by straightening stuff out, all they've done
Yeah,
is now they've got
yes,
us going
yes,
haywire
yes.
because we don't know where certain things are at, right? And
Hey,
again,
wait, hold on, Vince. I
yeah,
gotta say, my favorite statement around here: "Don't help me."
don't
Okay.
help. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's. I think we're all in agreement with like saying we understand like what works for us, but then everybody else may not understand our vision of how it got to that point, right?
Yeah.
So it's up to us to help people and to give them a foundation and some background of how it did, how it operates, what to look for, certain things, right? It's just, but we have to be clear with the communication in order to break through that chaos. And again, I'm not against chaos, right? Chaos is some of the best adversity that shaped and molded me,
It is.
right? Without that chaos, I'll take the stock market when prices are going down, people going in mad hell. Stocks like stuff is plummeting. But when you start looking at 30 to 40% discount of like certain good stock, for us now, like me and Keith, now that we know the game of that's the best time to buy while
Yeah.
everybody else is selling, that's the best time for us to get. It's that chaotic world, right?
Mhm.
I'm flourishing off the chaos now, right? Because when people are starting to not understand how the ebbs and flows go of the market, it's just like, okay, that's your loss, right? So that's the chaos that I've been learning to manage too from like trying to build financial wealth. So
Yes,
Yeah, and
Fletcher. I heard you. I heard you. You chuckle back there.
now you know saying about the finance, like saying about people lost is other people gain. You know what I'm saying? People chaos and they like the thing they wait to somebody else gain from that. And see, and wait, you know what we were taught, you know, that's somebody being they did us wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like they should have done that. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't understand that game. Your
mhm.
chaotic life is so easy to start blaming somebody else. And it really just like I say we always say it all the time, looking in the mirror and getting organized and but you be so used to chaos, you think this the only way. You know what I'm saying? That would mean this the only way. This how it works for me. This worked well for me. You know what I'm saying? Till you hit that wall. And some people got to hit the wall. Some people catch it before it, but when you hit that wall and then you can't go no farther, it ain't nothing working. You underwater, your credit, you just all these things just ain't working no more. And that was me. Like I just say I could get a job at any time. I can get this. And I mean when I hit that wall and I read this way not working. It's not working anymore. I gotta find a better way of doing something. I gotta find a better way. It's chaotic life, this style is, hang up, by the coattail. It wasn't working anymore. So I had to figure out a better way. And that's trying to find a better way is then like working on your chaos in your head, working on the blame, even chaotic when you blame somebody else for what you could have done, what somebody else didn't do. Procrastinate, that was a part of my chaos. You know what I'm saying? It just all these not disciplined, not responsible, all that was a part or added. So when I started looking, what is causing me to do this? And start breaking it down, not discipline, not meaning what I'm saying, not showing up when what I'm saying, not no action, what I'm saying. So those things would cause chaos. Again, not putting systems in place to check me, what I'm saying, and make sure that I'm doing what I say do. So that was me when I realized that the chaotic stuff that I couldn't get it anymore. I'm not getting the jobs, I'm not getting the look, I'm not getting the things that I want. You know what I'm saying? And for me, again, to be what I want, that person, that chaotic person that I am, cannot go with me. You know what I'm saying? It cannot go with me like that. Where I'm trying to go.
Man, that's well said.
Hey, if I could add on to what Keith was saying, I like what he said, and the things that I've kind of started to step back and look at as I've gotten older is what lessons should I be learning
Mhm.
while in this chaos? Is it something that's going to help me to get better? I have to go back to the drawing board. Like, what do I need to fine tune? What do I need to change? What do I need to surround myself with? What do I need to cut out of my life? Right? There's some lessons to be learned within the chaos. It's just we got to be in tune with stuff.
and 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 that chaos, like you said, Vincent, the chaos not bad if you learning from it. You like I said, you can learn some good things in that chaos. You know, now you're controlling the chaos. You know, it's like, you know, it's like you said, maybe like things are really slowing down now. Things that hit you before, you know, you're saying like every week, I used to live like that, man. Me and Celine, I used to every year, every this September, you know. I said all the time, maybe why did that do us every year? You know, we living in chaotic, but that, and we, like you say, it's in your face, but you couldn't figure out like why this keep happening. It was that chaotic way we were doing things we were doing wrong, and like you say, you keep doing the same thing, you keep getting the same result. It's insanity. But what if you don't see it?
Yeah.
What have you been doing? And I'm gonna tell you, I did not see it. We just kept on.
What if you don't see it?
Yeah,
That's good, brother. That's good. That's good. What if you don't see it?
yeah. What if you just keep going?
Hey, everybody. If y'all enjoying this show, do us a small favor. Leave us a comment. And if you really, really enjoying it, you enjoying us, you love it. Why don't you go on and subscribe, friends? We're going to take a short commercial break and we'll be right back in less than 3 minutes, friends. So don't go anywhere unless you text somebody and tell them y'all need to tune in to the world premiere, Word on the Streets. But we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
Next Thursday, we're stepping into a conversation that's going to challenge you in all the right ways. It's called The Life You Want Requires Boundaries You've Been Afraid to Set. If you're ready to protect your peace and elevate your standards, you do not want to miss this one.
Stop feeding your family bacteria from old plastic boards. Switch to Venosium, the world's cleanest titanium surface.
All right, family. Now it's time to go deeper. This is the moment where we peel back the layers, challenge old thinking, and get real about what's truly holding us back and what can finally push us forward. So grab your journals, lean in, and don't just listen, engage. And if something resonates with you tonight, do us a favor, subscribe, like, and share this message with someone who needs it, because the conversation we're having is bigger than us. This is the world premiere Word on the Streets. Listen to me. Some of you are exhausted, not because life is hard, but because your life has no structure. You're waking up every day fighting battles you could have prevented with preparation. You're putting out fires you started by ignoring the small things. And I'm telling you right now, you cannot pray for peace while living in patterns that produce chaos. It doesn't work like that. You want to level up? You want to breathe again? You want to stop feeling like you're drowning in your own life? Then you've got to build systems. You've got to build routines. You've got to build boundaries. Champions don't rise to the occasion. They rise to their preparation. And some of you are losing, not because you're weak, but because your life is unorganized. Your greatness is buried under clutter, confusion, and constant emergencies. Hear me. The moment you take control of your structure, you take control of your future. The moment you stop reacting and start preparing, everything changes. Your energy changes, your confidence changes, your results change. You deserve a life that supports you, not a life that drains you. But you've got to build it. You've got to decide that chaos is no longer your normal. Because the life you want, it's waiting on the structure you've been avoiding.
All right, family, keep those comments coming. The conversation is alive tonight. Let's get locked back in as we return to Stop Managing Chaos, Build a Life That Doesn't Need Saving every week. We're diving even deeper into the patterns, the habits, and the choices that either build your peace or break it. So settle in, stay with us, and let's keep doing this work together. This is the world premiere Word on the Streets.
And we're talking about, we're talking about chaos, how to eliminate it out of your life. And if it is working for you, how can we improve on it that it also can help the people who are around us, who have to live with us, who work with us? And so Fletcher had mentioned something on the first half of the show in how to cope and structure with chaos. And he says something to the effect of creating some system, having system in place. You know, friends, in my personal life, and perhaps in your personal life as well, you find yourself, as Fletcher just said, every year, seemingly he and his ex will go through the same situation, bad situation, over and over and over again. But he's not alone. He's not the only one, not by a long shot. In my personal life, and probably perhaps in your personal life as well, you find yourself time and time and time again going through the same minutia. And it's time that you put an end to it. It is time you develop, create a system that will eliminate that. In my life, in my personal life, certain important mail you would come in, and you know how it is. It's not important till it is important. 3 months later, you look. You remember that letter from the government or what have you? Whereas now we have to answer this letter, what have you, that we put off. Well, I had to create a system in place for that. And you have to create system in place for everything, pretty much, if you want to live a life with fewer chaos as possible. I'm just sharing with you all. And I want to share this because this may help somebody. I just purchased this thing right here, friends. I don't know if the camera can see it. That's pretty good. I hope not. But anyway, all the mail that we get that is deemed important, I just drop it in there. So that 2 months from down the road, I know it's in there. Period. That eliminates for me. That eliminates that road of chaos of looking for a piece of mail. And that, let me tell y'all, if y'all know me, y'all know yourself, a piece of mail can create chaos in a home. But go ahead, somebody else talk to me.
I like that. I think basically what you've created is structure and a system.
Yes.
Like just bottom line, structure and a system that works for you because you know where you need to go and you have one point of reference of where it needs to be.
That's right.
I like what Latiana said. If I can read that, she said you can learn how to adapt and react in other environments where chaos may be, while others are probably in shock. LOL. and that's true, right? They like I can tell that's Keith's daughter, right? So, so right, the apple didn't fall far, which is a good thing, right? So those are some inherited traits and some watch traits. It's but it's true, right? We have to be able to flourish in different environments because a lot of people go into their culture shock. What may be chaotic for somebody else may be smooth, and it's like, dude, this is not bothering me one bit, right? And again, if you stick around it long enough, you're going to build a callus to it, right? You're going to start getting a tolerance level to it, right? You're going to be able to tolerate a little bit more and more, right? And it's not for everybody, right? It may drive some people batty. Like I laughed when Larry said whenever people first heard Keith say, "I love chaos, I love it." Like you said, it probably made some people's hair stand up on their back. But it's like he went a little bit deeper with the explanation as to why he does, right? And again, that's what makes the world a beautiful place because it's
That's right.
different personalities, right? We all need someone like that in our corner. Someone that's going to be on the reserve side, someone that's going to be on the wild side, someone that's on the business side, someone that can deal with the chaos. Some like we got to know where we fit in, right?
Right.
So I'm
Right.
I'm cutting back. Sorry.
All right. What you say, Fletcher?
Uh, if y'all don't mind, I go to the. I'm gonna go a little lower, man. What I said about chaos. I'm gonna talk to the people that their life is just screwed all up and they don't have a way. I told my story like I've been to the point I couldn't get an apartment. I mean, I had to write. I wrote a check to the people for a deposit, and I hope they didn't cash. I was saying, Lord, I hope they don't cash that check, but didn't have a driver license. You know what I'm saying? I think I owed the IRS about 5 years behind the IRS. Life just messed all up. And no driver license. The police that pulled me over, man, they wouldn't even take me to jail, just give me another ticket. It's chaotic. You get to work, you got an excuse for being late every day. I'm on my final warning. I can survive by one to half a point before I get fired every 90 days. And
Yeah.
and I'm trying to blame everybody, just trying to figure it out. And they had this young dude that was my manager. The young dude was my manager, and I'm talking to him. He's giving me a counsel, and he's talking to me. And I'm sitting out here telling a younger man that me, he's 20s, I'm in my 30s, all that. And he's like, well, I don't have no problem, and I'm sitting there and I'm listening to him, but I'm like, I got an excuse every time. I'm saying, well, this and that. And I remember I said, well, man, I had a flat. Well, Keith, you were late on this. I said, I had a flat on my tire, man. He said, so you didn't know your tire was bad before? I said, well, how you gonna know that, man? He said, well, I inspect my tires. Hey, unfortunately, everybody don't do that, man. But I'm getting to the point. Unfortunately, everybody don't do that, man. You don't inspect the tires, stuff like that. I get tired. But every time, I realize I'm making excuses after excuses after excuses. But like I say, my life was so chaotic. I had so much going on. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I was looking in the mirror and I said, man, I'm not even a citizen. Like, I remember saying that to me, like, I don't have no driver license. I don't have this. I started saying, I said, I got to get myself together, man. I can't keep, this is not working for me. This way that I've been doing drive license. So I said, well, I had to start writing stuff down, like, what did I want to be? You know how you do them surveys at the job on the events, though, and they start asking you about it. You know anybody that stole your family? Or they start saying all these things. And I think my daughter said, she's like, Dad, I don't do well in them surveys. I said, like that. I said, it do. He said, well, I don't know why they make them surveys. I said, well, because it got good people now. It got people that really, truly good. And when I said it out loud, I was like, I'm not that person. I want to be that person.
Mhm.
I don't want to make no excuses. I want to get myself together. I want to get a driver's license because people got driver's license. People got their taxes. People can get apartment. People, all the stuff that I couldn't do. It was like, oh, no, I got to get my stuff in line. And fast forward when I got in line to this day, my son I look at my tires and I tell him, I say, man, look at these tires. And I'm like, look, we got to take tires. You don't never know what's going to happen. But I'm saying I started getting organized. I made it the point I made a decision. I didn't know where I was gonna start, but the first thing I had to do, I had to make a decision. That's what I did. I said, hey, I don't like living like this. I don't like living like this, and I need to find a better way. All this chaos, all these things is coming, all coming my way. It doesn't matter. There's always gonna be things coming in your life. You know what I'm saying? I need to get some structure. I need to get some discipline. I need to be responsible, and I need to build better habits. You know what I'm saying? And so that was my journey right there, man. The chaos and start. Then I didn't know nothing about those systems at first, but I knew those things: structure, discipline, and showing up, putting action to it. So
Right.
going through that out there, man, just start with that. You might not know where to start, but just make a decision that you're gonna start and just go going forward. And just start with the small things. You know what I'm saying? Start with the small things and building better habits, being more. The word for me was being responsible. I'm not a responsible adult for me to get in this situation. And then I said I'm not making no excuses anymore. You know what I'm saying? So my kids know that with me. I don't want to hear all them excuses. I say that's how I started. You make one excuse, you'll make another. Then you'll make another. Then it becomes so easy that you keep on saying it. And the thing is to solve problems. So that's what it was for me, man. That chaos in my life, I started doing that. Then I started putting systems in place, financial systems that said, hey, I'm not spending this. Hey, I got to save some money. Hey, I started putting systems in the way. You know, I started paying myself first. So the system started doing, I started living by them. I call them bylaws, the laws, like we said in the company, principles that I started by throughout my life. I started saying for me to help me with my chaos. That's it. That's what for me.
And now, and here's what happened. I'm gonna be real quick, Vincent, because I know it's almost time for you to
Yeah.
exit. So you could definitely chime in after it is what it is I want to say. This point of inference, this point of important for anyone who's out there listening, is that as Fletcher explained about bad chaos and then the good chaos, but what chaos did for him and what chaos does for people who are ready to move forward. See, a lot of time when you're in chaos, if you listen real carefully, what it did and what it will do, if you're constantly living in chaos, it can affect your self-esteem. And our self-esteem, when your self-esteem pull you down in the world of disarray, disorganized, disappointment, then it have an effect on you emotionally and mentally, make you feel depressed. And then that becomes a whole nother area in your life that started out with chaos. And as he said, if we can accomplish the small things, what are the small things extra? Make up our bed. You know how leaving the house and coming into a made up room, what it does to your dopamine, what it does to your aura. Nothing probably can drag you down as when you come from a trip, you've been traveling, you walk in your home, and the bed is unmade. Yeah, and that seemed like a small thing. But as we all know on this platform, it's the small thing that lose Super Bowl games. It's the small things that cause the chaos in the first place. Manage the small things. The small things are really, really the big things. But going on, brother, because Vincent, I know your time is limited.
Guys, yeah, right before I head out, I'm just going to ease out with this to help piggyback off what you said. Uh, the small things, right? Like I always tell my sons, take care of the small things, and the big things will take care of themselves. We have to start celebrating the small wins because I don't think people are celebrating the small accomplishments. Like Keith said, like you got to make some realistic goals that's within reach, that's attainable. I think Les Brown said it. He was like, sometimes people make a mark, like they set a goal, but they set the goal so low that when they accomplish it, they really think that they did something. When they really didn't set the goal high enough, and it should have been put higher.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave out with that, fellas.
Nah, that's well
All
said.
right. Well, hey,
Yeah, have a good one, B.
All right, man. Y'all have a
Word
good
on the
night,
Street
man.
community. Vincent, thank you so much, man. Your comments, I'm sure, touch and help somebody tonight. Thank you for
All
being a
right,
part
brother.
of the program.
Y'all be good, man.
Uh, and extraordinary, like you said about, you said the bed. My pet people like the kitchen, having the dishes clean. You know what I'm saying? I got to have a clean kitchen, a clean microwave. And that was big for me. Walking,
Yeah.
you know,
You're coming back home and finding things disarray, man, can really.
your life in this. Like, one thing I tell, a lot of women, their cars be dirty. They have shit. I'm big on cleaning the car too. That's another thing. Having your car clean, that's big with me too, man. Having stuff on the side, it's all again, that's so me when I meet, you meet young ladies, you see that, I'm like, nah, I got chaos, they got too much going on. I used to be with me like, nah, man,
And it seems small, right? On the surface.
it's a small thing, yeah.
It seems small.
Yeah, it seems small, but like you say, the small thing, even with my driver license, it was small. Like you say, got a ticket here, got a ticket there, didn't show up for court, they got bench warrant. It just, told, just small things just kept.
And eventually it started affecting the way you saw yourself.
I saw myself. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's why I said I didn't feel like a citizen. I started seeing myself different. Like you are absolutely right there. So, like I said, dig yourself out that hole. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in a hole, and you start believing the stuff that you are. You know what I'm saying? You start believing things that you think you're feeling. And you think, then you start putting yourself around people that's like that. You know what I'm saying? And in the same mindset, the same. So now it's like you'll never get it. It's hard even more to get out because you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? How you think. So yeah, the chaos
Right.
can come out. Yeah,
They had they have something on here I read that it said chaos is predictable.
yeah.
It's predictable. Like
It is.
what would happen, Fletcher, if you didn't pay your bills? Would that create some chaos?
It's chaos. Yeah, you see, it's gonna cause that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you married and you not coming home at night. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna create some chaos.
Some chaos.
It's,
Yeah,
it's some
very,
chaos is predictable.
yeah, it's predictable. Yeah, it is.
It's predictable.
Very predictable, like I said, but we think it's so small and it's just the fire start getting bigger and bigger, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying, like me and my ex every year, but we had pretty signs of saying why, you know what I'm saying? But but you living in that chaos and you living in it, you think this is how everybody live. This is how it's always been, no, it's not right. It's
And
not
see,
normal.
here's the deal, man. Here's the problem. Word on the street community. Sometime in our life, we've been beaten so much,
Mhm.
and we've seen other relationship and other group, and it seems as everybody is living in chaos.
Mhm.
You turn on the TV, it's chaos. You go on social media, it's chaos. It seems like we are addicted and attracted to chaos. And it's almost feel like, Fletcher, that it's abnormal to have peace, to
Mhm.
have order. And order would give you, would give you space, it would give you breathing room, but we don't see it anywhere. So I guess we get confused and we start thinking that we ought to just live in chaos.
Mhm.
That's why I think so many people are in debt. What you do? Just swipe it.
Yeah.
That's why so many people are hooked on video shorts. We don't have time. A 1 hour, 2 hour program that's just that's too much time. I'm in a hurry, and hurriness leads to traffic jam. But that's where we are. So that's what we see outside of ourselves in everything that we do. And I think we get confused and we live our life day in and day out in chaos,
Yeah.
in the relationship, on the job. If we go on a job and everything going good, man, something wrong. We
Yeah.
become paranoid.
Yep.
Something this can't be right.
Yeah.
Go ahead on, man. Talk to me, man.
Nah, you heard about this, and then somebody call you in the office. You like, there you go. See, I
Yeah,
know,
right. I knew it. I knew it. I knew this
I
was
know
coming.
it too good. Yeah, nah. I lived on that line a long time, man. Yeah, but in order you're not doing something right, chaotic, you doing it. But like you said, man, once you get disciplined with yourself and start truly, like me, I think I went too far that I thought at one time I couldn't get out of it. And I remember I used to tell to myself, this is where I'm at right now. This is not my life. This is just for now. You know what I'm saying? I had to talk myself out of that, believing that I'm gonna get out of this, man. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna overcome this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the chaos that because it was hard for me because I've been living like that and doing things, and I didn't have a way. I didn't have a system. I didn't have a structure. I was just by the wayside, just doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I had to make a decision, even with money, man. Like say, hey, I got to find a better way. Okay, I got to get 2 jobs. Then my son came and looked. Wait, he got to come home, going out, lock the door, call me as soon as you get in. You know what I'm saying? I got to have a system because I got to go to work. I got to get out this bind I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I got to pay this off. I got to take care of that. So I had to put action between it. You know what I'm saying? Once I made the decision, I have now what I'm willing to do. And that's what about. I was willing to do whatever it takes legally to get myself out that situation. And that's what you got to be. You got to be willing and not let them know it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight, man. Like you said, it just,
So you say it's putting the system in place gave you more opportunities in your life?
oh yeah, putting the system in place, getting the structure, man, the structure. And
Structure.
then it took me time to sit down because, with me, I can't speak for anybody else. You know, I'm so in the hole. I want excitement. So if I'm trying to drown myself in that sorrow. I'm trying to, I want to have me a drink. I want to have a smoke. I want to go out. I'm trying to find something to give to myself because I said, well, I deserve this because I'm going through that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to figure out a way, instead of sitting there, like you said, looking at a video for hours, listening to somebody, going to a class, I'm trying to find a way because I've been down and I want to get up. What I can use? This chaotic. I'm so tired and stressed. I need something, you know what I'm saying, to lift me up. So you can find other ways. Basically, running away from that, trying to get away from it, but you ain't got no structure with it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no discipline with it. So, yeah, that was,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And
yeah,
and to be perfectly honest with some of you all out there, we're not saying it's easy
yeah.
because we're living in a world where it seems that chaos is a lifestyle.
Mhm.
It seems like it's a lifestyle. And we all want, unfortunately, we all want to be a part of what's going on.
Mhm.
And there are many motivational speakers out there. One in particular, some months back, that Fletcher shared with me, where the man talked about sometime in our life we have to get in monk mode, MONK. And that what he meant, we have to separate ourselves from all the whatever outside of ourselves that is going on.
Yeah,
And I know and I understand me saying this, saying what I'm saying. I understand, friends, that's not easy to do. I'm not advocating it's easy to do.
no, it
I'm
ain't.
I'm simply putting it on the table. And you know your situation better than any of us on this platform. All we're saying, if you're really sick and tired of living in a chaotic lifestyle, you can change. You can find the right key that will fit you. See, that's the unique thing about it. You have to find what will work for you. As I said earlier, I can lay things down. For some people, laying stuff down on their desk makes look like it's chaos, but they know exactly why it's that way and what it is they need, and when they need to go and get it, they know exactly where to find it. But if you're living in a life and you're living with and you working on a job and you have to you're working with people, they just some of the co-workers you're working with, they are difficult people to deal with. Every job got a few of them, some have more than others. There are systems, there are some things that you can create to even work with some of the worst personalities on your job. You have to create a system in place even on the job. And what you learn how to apply on that job, like we always say, and bring some of those systems back into your home life because you may have to use that working at home with the kids, with the wife, with your friend, with your friend, neighborhood friends, and what have you. What say you, Fletcher?
Yeah, man. With me, man, I had read this book called Atomic Habits, and the
Yeah,
guy was saying, we do habit things to get us started. And he was talking about a guy would go to the gym and he would spend 5 minutes at the gym. You know what I'm saying? He would get on, do just 5 minutes, then leave. Every day he would do 5 minutes. And you were like, man, well, 5 minutes ain't do anything for him at the gym. It wasn't about working at the gym, it was about him showing up. You know what
there
I'm
you
saying?
go.
Getting to the gym. See, we got to be specific on what we're trying to do. What I'm saying is, like, I'm the type of person, I used to be late. I used to be late at everything. You know what I'm saying? And I had to put my hand in the sand that I would not be late. So for me, I had to get up and leave 30 minutes before. I don't care if I had to be there, you know what I'm saying, at 11, 12 o'clock. I'm leaving at 1 o'clock, whatever, 30 minutes before that. But I would leave early before my time I had to leave to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't. If I got to sit in the parking lot and wait and listen to the music, before I wouldn't do those things. If I'm early, I would go there early, sit in the parking lot, or sit at thing 30 minutes early before my shift. I had to do that. It wasn't about me being the shift, about me training myself to be on time. You know what I'm saying? So I did those things to get myself to fix the things. I know it's like something in the brain, like to get the switch in, to click on for me to say I have to be here and be dependable at that time. So I would create that habit for me. Like I say, I get up every morning at 3:45 in the morning. When I first said it, it was about creating a habit for me doing it. You know what I'm saying? And once I started doing it, and many times I didn't want to do it, but I already committed to it, so I had to do it. And I set alarms. I said, no, you know what I'm saying? Things that help me get up in the morning. Now it just come natural. Now, once I got the habit, what am I doing at that time? What am I planning to do at 3 in the morning? What it is here for? But I had to build a habit first before that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Little small things that we work on. That we constantly want to get, like I said, trying to get better. And that was with me. I constantly made the decision. And when I started making the decision, other things start happening. And Extraordinaire gave me this, man. I love it. Whatever you looking for is looking for you, man. I'm telling you that it's real. Whatever you're looking for is looking for you. And when you stop, it stop. So
Yeah,
don't stop. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Don't stop. You want to crash into each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what man. So you want to crash into. And
And yeah,
along the way, you learn everything you need to when you meet that whatever you're looking for. Along the way, you don't know what it is. But along the way, when you get there, you crash into you got everything you need to make it.
it's all about giving yourself a chance to get in alignment.
Yeah.
It's there.
It's there.
It's there. It's there. And so, see this thing here. Everything is connected with something else. With our topics, and the thing is that they all draw back at you, at
Mm.
the you on the inside. Your thoughts, the way that we interpret things, and we really do have the power to overcome most. I'm talking about if we are uh, clinically diagnosed as being normal, whatever normal is, we can overcome most of the problems that are in our way because most of the problems that are in our way are the problems that we created in the first place.
Mm.
Either we ignored them and we imitated what we saw other people do, or we just, for whatever reason, just didn't do what we knew we needed to do. We did everything but, and we all guilty.
Yeah.
And then when chaos started growing up in us and upon us, it can either move you to do something about it, or it can steal you and break. That's the thing. We don't want it to break you. Because when you lose your self-esteem, that's why the first word is called self. That's you. That ain't somebody else. Your self-esteem. When you are a broken person, anything, then you at the mercy of anything. You could be taken advantage of by any wind that blow because you were so broken. And we don't want you to stay there, friends. That's why you need to tune in every week to World Premiere Word on the Streets, because you're listening to people who really have been really down, broken, but knew that's not where we're supposed to be.
Mm.
Having a divorce, it's not good, but there's worse thing. Losing a job, not good, but those things that you went through isn't you. That was an experience you went through, but that doesn't mean that have to be who you are. And we get confused in life, putting a tag on ourselves. That job is not you. That's where you work. And we have to see, it's all about getting our mind right, Fletcher. Like you say, we got to get our mind right, our thinking right, how we talk to ourselves about ourselves. We got some things, we got some fixing up to do, as the old folks might say. We got to get some things straightened out so we don't continue to live a life of chaos. Talk to me, my brother.
And good talk, Steve, man. And what it is, man, I think most people, because at one time I didn't know what I wanted to do. Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Who you need to become to be that person and to have that type of life. And I remember when I wrote down, I'm like, I done had so many jobs. I'm like, well, what job that I knew in my capacity that I knew about, if I had a job, what kind of job would I want? Again, I didn't like clocking in, man. I did not like clocking in the clock. I remember writing down, I want a job that I don't have to clock in and I can be there on my own time, that I make my time, And I don't know, at the time I didn't know it was jobs out there like that. And I want to be my own boss. I'm writing these things down what I wanted, and I remember when I got my job, I didn't even know when they hired me at the job, they're like, well, you your own boss, you make your own appointments, this, and I'm like, and I remember writing it down and I got it. You know what I'm saying? I remember writing that down that I don't have to clock in at 4. We had a schedule to be in and I could be in at this time. And as long as I get my work done, you know what I'm saying? There was, and that's the kind of job I got. I got that job, didn't know that kind of job existed, what I was doing, somebody else, again, what you're looking for is looking for you. But you got to put the action and start moving towards it. You control the action. So that's what I'm saying. That's self-awareness, self-esteem, all these things are just dealing with self. I mean, it's so easy to blame other people, blame other situations, but you have the control over self, So again, over the chaos. And I'm gonna tell you what I said. I love chaos. Let me tell you why I love chaos now. I want to say why, because I can see. When I meet someone and I start talking to them, I recognize chaos so well. I recognize because I lived it. I lived it. So
you can hear it. You can hear it when they talk to you.
They open their mouth and start saying it. I can hear it. I know all the language. I know the language and everything. So again, Somebody will pay, like you said, being a project manager, being a counselor, somebody's going to pay you to solve their problem. So that's why I love it. I can solve other people's problems from my problem, for learning, overcoming my chaos, overcoming my problem, overcoming my self-esteem, overcoming my less awareness. All these things, just overcoming those things gave me something now that I can come to love. You know what I'm saying? To love and see that it can make that pay off for me in it. But overcoming it, I had to go through it to get to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
I like that, man. I like that because that is so true. You when you were what you were, you can recognize it 10 miles away when you hear it and when you see it.
Yep.
You know it. Now also, man, I've read something here that says there will always be people in your life who treat you wrong. Be sure to thank them for making you strong.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
And then with that being said, friends, we thank y'all for tuning in with us once again. It's been another passionate, informative show. Hope y'all enjoyed and got something out of it and from it. And if you really enjoy this type of content, you want to just find something informative once a week, we do this dance every week at 7:30 Central Standard Time on YouTube on what we call World Premiere Word on the Streets. We would love for you to subscribe. That way you would never miss a show. And we would love for you to become and support us. And if you want to hear a topic that you think we need to talk about, we need to discuss,
Oh, perfect.
leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you. Fletcher gonna talk to us a little bit, and then we're gonna ride out of here.
No, man, like I say, man, hey, make a decision, man. Make a decision. Don't put no timeline on it. Like I said, make a decision what you want to do. Write it down. Write these things down. Write the things you want to like. Start write them down and start putting action and moving forward. You don't have to know what you want. You don't have to know, but you can start writing down, and then you can put it and step over the line, draw a line and step over and say, let's just work on the things that I'm not going to do. I'm not going to allow myself to get into people. You know, so let's work on those things and move forward. That's what I say, man. We enjoy y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed our conversation. Hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend. World Premiere Word on the Streets every Thursday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. Hey, thank y'all. Thank you.
One last thing, I want to thank Ladiana for blowing up the chat room. And also, I see you, Selena. I see you drove in a little late, but you poured your part in there too. Thank you both of you. Thank you both of y'all for keeping that chat room alive, friends. We'll see y'all next Thursday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. Make sure y'all be there.
And that wraps up another powerful episode of World Premiere Word on the Streets. We're live every Thursday evening at 7:30 Central Standard Time, and we'd love to have you join us again. So take a moment to subscribe, tap that like button, and become part of this growing community. Until next time, guard your thoughts, speak only what you truly want to experience, and stay laser focused on what matters. Your words shape your world, and your mindset fuels your mission. We'll see you again. Same time, same place. Right here on World Premiere Word on the Streets, where truth meets transformation. Stay strong, stay grounded, and as always, stay true.